For all-seeing guys, I am Greg.
And I am Joe.
And he is, of course, Joe. How are you all doing? Feeling pretty good, actually.
I'm feeling.
My name is Gareth Eastwood, aka and as always,
And I am, of course, Joe.
by my brother in arms, my nerdy
Guys, I am...
Yes, it is, of course, the SMG. It's the journalist, Mr. Sam Eastwood.
Good morning, power people.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist, but secretly, with the help of my friends at Open All Powers and the All Seeing Guys podcast, I fight crime and find other metahumans like me. After drinking too many Jaeger bombs at the Fighting Cocks one night, I lost control of my speed on the way home and dropped my kebab. In an attempt to save her, I ran back in time to save the kebab I love, and in doing so, created the alternate timeline, Flashpoint. I restored the timeline to how it was, only to find things weren't as I left them. Things such as podcast hosts had changed. Joe and Greg host Open All Powers. Sam and Gaz host the All Seeing Guys. I brought new podcasters to our world, and I am the only one fast enough to stop them. I am... The Flash. The Flash.
Titty sprinkles, titty sprinkles.
Itty bitty titty shitty sprinkles.
Titty sprinkles. Sound pretty good, my man.
Yeah, alright, let's do this.
Okay, let's do the show. Yes, power people. I am Greg, the Steam Train, and as always, I'm not joined over the airwaves, but here in the same room at the Open All Powers Watchtower, it's Joe Lemon Party Jackson.
All right.
I'm good, my man. How are you?
Yeah, it's going good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Excellent. It's been a good week,
It's been a great week. Swiftly moving on, we should go straight into some trailers that have come out.
We barely even touched base there. It's fine.
You got to get straight in. You can't mess around.
No, that's fair play. No,
We've got loads to talk about here.
They've
at
got
Open
a
Powers.
format. You can't mess around with the format.
Now, there's been a few trailers out, and I'm right in saying you probably not catch these trailers yet, have you, Joe?
No, most likely not.
Most likely not.
No.
There's some trailers that...
It's got to the point now where I'm actually, because everyone seems to post like trailers on Facebook, I now scroll past them because
Yes.
I know at some point I'm going to get shown them.
Yes.
And I don't want to ruin.
And also, when you scroll past on Facebook, sometimes if you hover too long, they're playing with no sound.
Yeah.
And you end up being like, oh.
I once watched a trailer because it was too far in to like scroll away from it. I learned like a minor bit of plot to fit there, and I was just like, well, I've got to watch it and see what happens. And,
Did you go back and watch it with sound?
yeah, but just no, not even with sound. I just tried to figure. I could just press on this, but like. I was in public. I didn't want people to overhear what I was. I think it was that fucking shitty sequel to that Dad film that they.
Daddy 2.
Yeah.
Because you just see Will Ferrell and.
I thought it was a car advert. The way it started off, it was weird.
A lot of trailers do start like car adverts, to be honest with you now.
Yeah, it was.
Especially if it is a car film.
Yeah, it was all. I don't know. Yeah, if I'd watched it with sound, it probably would have been fine. I would have been able to tell you a lot more about it. Whereas it was just me trying to figure it out.
Cool. Well, I think we'd start with... We like sharks. We've seen shark films at Ed's.
Fucking love a shark film.
So this trailer has been out a little while, but I've not seen it, and I don't think you've seen it. It's called 47 Feet Down.
Okay.
It doesn't sound that deep, but it is deep.
47 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
I thought like the sea was measured in leagues.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
But I suppose if you're diving, though, they wouldn't be like...
40,000
They would
leagues.
be like, I've seen 100 feet down.
Yeah.
I don't think they would say, 2.5 leagues to the bottom of the ocean.
Because it doesn't even sound impressive.
No, it doesn't sound that impressive, honestly.
2.5 leagues.
So, we haven't watched it yet, so we're now going to stop, watch 47 Feet Down, and give you our thoughts back. Stand by.
I can't believe you talked me into this.
It's gonna be amazing.
Ladies ready?
Swell. Oh, this is amazing.
It kind of takes your breath away. Oh my god.
We've just
What was
watched
that?
it now.
That was arse.
You're not looking forward to that one?
No, not at all.
It didn't seem like much was going on.
I mean, there's only 2 characters in it.
I think
so. That's
to
going
me-
to suggest that nothing's really going to die or happen.
There is another trailer front around, and when I see the still of it, it is an image of the people on the boat. So I think you do see more bits in it. I hope so, because the people on the boat that are running the tour are going to obviously be like, "Oh fuck, we just lost the cage with people in it."
Yeah.
Are they just like, well, "Fuck it, we'll just go away"?
We'll just drive off.
They-
I don't. You know what? They did make water look terrifying.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
But it's the fact they've got these amazing high-tech swimwear, like whole face they can talk and communicate perfectly with each other, but yet they're in a shitty cage with a shitty fucking rope hanging.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think
the cable just
I
fucking snapped.
genuinely don't think if this is a company that does like daily trips out to water, and they've done this numerous times, they would do the regulated like health and safety checks before going out. I refuse to believe. Also, I refuse to believe they'd be using rope.
Oh, it was cable. I think it was cable.
I don't know.
But maybe there'll be a big twist that they were just sacrificing them to the shark.
Oh, that could, I'm interesting.
Maybe there'll be a
Interesting.
twist. Probably won't be.
Won't be.
It
No.
probably won't be that exciting.
They'll
Okay,
listen to this and be like, "Oh, I wish I'd thought of that."
Ah, so good.
That's I don't know, because that's as I said, it's. I mean, even in the credits, there was only 2 names that was given.
Oh, that's true. Mandy Moore back.
They didn't even name drop the shark.
So, George Clooney as Shark.
Yeah.
Or LL Cool J.
No way would it be George Clooney. LL Cool J would be a
Stuck
nice,
his hat is like a shark
with
fin.
a nice little circle complete.
My hat is a shark fin this time. I'm playing a shark.
He had no business in that.
Not
film.
about to get cooked in my own damn oven.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, as I said, they did it. I mean, the whole the premises is there of open water and there's a shark and you're in it and you're fucked. But it just looked a bit ball bags.
Indeed.
Like, it just looked a bit ball bags.
Well, do you reckon the next one we're going to watch is going to be Ball Bags? 'Cause the
Probably.
next one we're going to watch is the Emoji Movie trailer.
yeah.
And I know this came out a little while ago, but I think I saw it when it first came out. I don't even know if it's the same trailer.
Yeah.
So I've not seen it for a while. I don't remember much about it. You've not seen this trailer.
No, I can't. I'm aware very much of the film because it's stupid.
It's got quite a cast from Patrick Stewart's in it.
For
Oh.
regular listeners of Open All Powers, I hope you weren't hoping for some positive outlooks.
Okay, let's watch the Emoji Movie, my man.
All right.
Look who just sent me a text.
Addie McAllister?
What should I say?
Just play it cool.
Welcome to the world inside your phone, where everyone is expected to act one way their whole life.
Aw, snap.
Emoji trailer. How did you feel about that, Joe? You were suspiciously silent all the way through it.
I have more than one emoji.
That's a load of fucking wank. Isn't it? That's so dumb.
It's all about the strong message there of being yourself, I guess, is what they're trying to relay via the emojis. They say the word emoji a lot in that film, in that trailer.
Yeah, that's great. No, terrible.
No, you're not keen to see that one.
No, because there was already, I heard James Corden's voice in
Yeah,
there,
it's
so
true.
Already I'm turned away from it.
It's true, he is, of course, the high five. And Patrick Stewart playing the number 2 turd at the end.
Is that, I thought I recognised that.
Yeah, I imagine it's only a
That's a
small
cameo.
Yeah, it's got to be a cameo.
It's a voice cameo.
Yeah, he probably just recorded in the back of a taxi.
Yeah. Just send
Fine, I'll do
Just
it.
send it on WhatsApp.
I get to say number 1. Number 2. I was in Star Trek.
See, this kind of film is that I just seeing like the character of whatever James Corden was playing, High Five.
Yeah.
It just his voice didn't seem to suit the animations of it. I don't
No.
know. So I sometimes just think that certain voices don't really work. I couldn't figure out what the other English voice was. I don't know who that was.
No, the main guy was T.J. Miller
Yeah,
from.
he's getting quite a lot of coverage.
Yeah. I think the Deadpool film did him quite good favours, even though he was already big for that because of Silicon Valley, and he was in a Transformers film.
Was that before it was?
Yeah, and he was in Cloverfield. He was the camera guy in
Cloverfield,
Cloverfield. You know, so he has had a spectacular run already. He's done pretty good. Yeah, he was hard. Yeah.
He was the comic relief in it, wasn't he? Even in Cloverfield, he was the
Comic relief all the way through. He's kind of like the comic relief of that. He's in one of the Transformer films, but he dies quite early on. They actually kill him. I remember watching Transformers, watching it, and being like, "Fuck, they just killed him." They didn't usually kill people like that in
Wait,
this.
which trilogy? The
It's
Shia
the
LaBeouf
first.
one, or
What's the first? What's his name one?
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg one. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
No, it's not great.
Yeah.
Good fun watch though. We thought for the next third trailer we would actually do like a vintage trailer. We would look back
Yeah,
and watch an old movie trailer.
something I might enjoy.
Something you might enjoy. So we're going to watch the trailer for the first Short Circuit film. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck not?
Why not?
That was what, 80s
running-
something, end of the 80s? I don't know the exact date.
Oh man, I want to say 83.
83.
Yeah, I feel it was around the time that we were born. That 83, 84.
I watched it
sort
as
of
a kid, but I don't know if it was around 1986.
time. Oh shit.
1986.
Well off.
And I think the second one was 1992, I want to say.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap. It looked way
Yeah.
more 90s, didn't it?
So this is a Short Circuit trailer.
It's the ultimate soldier. It doesn't get happy, it doesn't get sad, it doesn't laugh at your jokes.
It is quite simply the most sophisticated robot on Earth.
At Nova Robotics, the future is in good hands.
That made me feel warm in my testicles.
Even though that trailer was only 1 minute 50, which is short for trailers nowadays.
Yeah.
Probably you kind of saw the whole film in that trailer,
You
didn't you?
really did, yeah, man. It really covered all the bases.
I swear it started and ended with the opening and closing shot of the film anyway. And it just shows you the film just in clips all the way through until the big finale. Like, you saw everything.
It is like, the thing is, it's real super fast editing as well.
Yeah.
They show maybe 2 seconds of a scene.
You don't really see much of Short Circuit, Johnny Five, in that film at all. You hear his voice a lot, we don't
You
really
his
see
arm.
him.
You see mostly his hand.
His arm. You see his
hand.
eyes light up in the smoke.
That's because in the film, that's all you see.
Yeah,
You're
the
just like-
puppet's arm moving around.
We're just like, well, get the arm out.
There was a lovely bit when Stephanie was in the bath, and you didn't see Short Circuit. You just heard his voice go, nice software."
So good.
He was a feisty little sexual being, wasn't he?
wasn't he?
Yeah, he had it all
God.
going on, didn't he? All those accessories he has popping out of him.
But she was safe because she's in the bath. He can't get in the bath. He'll malfunction and
It's
electrocute
true.
himself.
Yeah, he can't really get too sexual in there.
Can't get too sexy
He
in the
just
bath.
stand a fire podder with a stick.
Yeah. I'll show you my Johnny Five.
Well, there was. I remember the All Seeing Guys talked about the Johnny Five sex spot.
Who?
Yeah, it's a shit podcast.
No,
They talked about the
don't know
Johnny
those
Five
people.
sex spot.
Ah, yes.
So that thing exists.
Fuckzilla.
It looked like Johnny. Yeah, Fuckzilla, that was it. It looked like Johnny
Imagine
Five.
if they bought like a prop of like the Short Circuit and just turned it into a fuck machine.
Oh, indeed,
Number
indeed.
5 is alive.
Well, moving on. I wanted to talk about a film. I want to do a quick overview of a film I'd seen recently. Not one I want to do a deep review on.
Seen it, you went to the Cinebox?
No, I watched it on the plane.
Oh, yes.
And I know it's been talked about on this show already and reviewed, but I think I enjoyed it a little bit more.
Oh, okay. What was the film?
It was called Free Fire.
Here he is.
Don't like his jumper.
Thanks for coming out.
Fuck the small talk. Let's buy some guns, eh?
And it's directed by the guy that did The Killing List, Ben Wheatley, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did like The Killing List. He did The Kill List, sorry, wasn't it? The Kill List?
Yeah, Kill
And he
List
did
is,
another. What was the other? He did one before. He did The Travellers or something like that.
The people that go on like fucking hiking
Yeah.
holidays and then they, I don't know.
It's got a head of a cast. I mean, you got Brie Larson in it, Cillian Murphy, Arnie Hammer, Charlotte Copley.
Who is Arnie Hammy? Because all I just think is Two-Face.
You'd recognise a lot of people on that cast,
Oh, yeah.
especially from his previous
Rayner.
films.
Sam Riley I recognise from the Joy Division
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Michael Smiley.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I
And
stopped
Tom
recognising.
Davis down in the corner.
Tom fucking Davis.
Murder in Successful. He's in it. Very
fucking
small.
Sleet.
Very small part, but he's in it.
That's cool.
But basically, the entire film is just a firefight in a warehouse. It's a drug deal that sorry, not a drug deal. It's in the 80s or 70s. They're buying guns from each other in this warehouse.
Oh shit! I think I saw a trailer for this.
They're buying guns in this warehouse, and the deal goes wrong, and the entire film is just a shootout in this warehouse.
That's pretty cool.
And it's funny, man.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's quite comedic.
It's like Irish.
Yeah.
Sort of like gangsters.
And
isn't it,
but
or
obviously,
something
what's his name? South African guy from District 9 and 18.
Yeah.
He's great in it. He's so funny. He plays such a cock. They all play dicks in it. All
Yeah.
play fun cocks in it. But I thought the writing was really, really good. it was a bit long. It could have easily been 20 minutes shorter. But then again, it was just this awesome shootout for ages. And they'll stop and they'll exchange pleasantries and jokes. But there was good action in it.
You know what? It's apart from like Saw, no one's ever done a bottle episode in an entire movie.
There's been a few. Like Hitchcock do it a lot.
I guess you could say like rear view mirror.
Yeah, it's not rear view mirror. Rear window.
Rear window.
Rear view mirror.
I can't now claim that to be my favourite Hitchcock film. If I can't even
You've been saying it wrong for years.
Yeah.
I really like that rear view mirror.
What's Rear Window?
Yeah, well, that was Rear Window. Because you know they remade that film, didn't they? With
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, they did, but before that,
Disturbia.
with Disturbia. But they remade it with what's his fucking name? Christopher
Walken?
the Superman who died. Christopher Reeves.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Plays
Man,
Superman.
I'm really not good with my names and titles today.
They went after his accident when he was paralysed. He remade Rear Window with him in the machine. It wasn't very good though.
No,
because
he was
in the machine. That was really
actually paralysed
in his wheelchair. But yeah,
he couldn't move from the chin
yeah,
down.
but they remade it. So he made a film in how he was Rear Window.
Mad.
Why he was paralysed.
I think I remember like the last film that Christopher Reeve did before the horse accident. I swear he ends up in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I think there was a whole thing about that.
It was like a really like weird like.
There was a whole thing about that, I remember. But I enjoyed this film, and I'm going to give it, even though it sounds low.
Are you going to give it a star rating?
I'm going to give it an out of 10.
Oh shit!
Just open all powers is what we do. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, which I actually think
a flat 7, just a straight 7.
Just 7 because I really really enjoyed it. I don't know, maybe I should give it more, but I'm going to stick with 7. It was a lot of fun, and I will easily watch that film again, maybe once more.
Yeah.
With a group.
Maybe
like a group therapy session.
Maybe you, me, and Ed can watch it.
Yeah, it's a good fun film.
Yeah, all right.
Bit of gangster in it, that's all shooting.
Bit of gangster, little bit wee, a little bit woo.
A little bit woo. But I watched that on the plane, and I'm very glad. The guy, my brother-in-law behind me, Dan, leaned forward at one point and was like, "What were you watching earlier?" Every time I looked up, it was just people shooting in a warehouse. And I was like, "Yeah, that's what it was." He's like, "Put the whole film." I was like, "Yeah, mate, the whole film was a shootout in a warehouse. It was cool."
The entirety.
The entirety of the film was a shootout in the warehouse.
Oh, well played.
Let's talk about some news in the world of entertainment.
Yes, what's going on?
We have,
in
of
the
course,
world of
got some new Arrested Development coming after the mixed reviews.
Yeah, I did see this announcement.
After the mixed reviews
you saw
of the last
season 4, didn't you?
This is what I'm going to say, yeah. The cast have signed on. Will Arnett posted a photo recently on social media of the writing room, an arrow pointing to the writer's room, Arrested Development.
But didn't like Dad Bluth die?
I don't think so.
I thought he passed away.
Did he?
What was his name? Jeffrey?
I don't know. I don't think he did. Did he?
I could have sworn I saw that.
I mean, he died in the third Hangover movie at the beginning.
Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. Yeah, that could be it. Look, I know I'm a little bit slurry and stuff like that, but my brain is all over the place at the moment. I don't know.
Nope, he's still alive.
All right, sweet.
He's still alive.
No, that's it.
72 years old. He's still alive.
Get him in there whilst you can.
Yeah, good work, sir.
Because
good work on that staying alive.
I absolutely adored Arrested Development. In fact, I think it was one of the first things that you and me ever talked about.
Yeah.
When we met each other down the pub.
Yeah.
And also it was what I based a lot of friendships on. So like when Emma, when Emma started working at the pub. And we were talking about TV shows, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I really like Always Sunny," and she said Arrested Development. And I was just like,
"Yes,
sold, done."
So the last series obviously had mixed reviews amongst fans and critics.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I think just because of the amount of time that people had waited for it, and the build up to it, and all the hype of it, and then it's just kind of like. It was all. I mean, it was interesting how they did it because the fourth season is all pretty much one time period.
Yeah.
Told via the different characters.
Yeah.
And it all culminates into like one like specific sort of thing that happened, but
it's the death of Eliza Minnelli, wasn't it? Like around that,
yeah,
she was found dead of blood on the stair.
Yeah, and then one of the Bluths was accused of murdering her.
Yeah.
Throwing Lucy down the stairs or whatever.
It's good because the guys who wrote and directed directed Arrested Development, the two brothers, they now direct like the big Marvel movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they directed Civil War, the third Captain America, and in that film there's
there's 3 of them now.
Yeah. In Civil War is a great film. They all meet in this fight in an airport. It's the first one Spider-Man shows up in.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
They have a big fight in the airport, and when they're being chased, they make a point of showing the stair lift to go into the plane. It doesn't have blue thread on the side, but you just see it for a split. They perfectly position it as well.
Oh, that's really
nice little
good.
nod.
I like that.
But yeah, it's coming back. I don't know how great it's going to be. I think they learnt their lesson last time. They did release some sort of statement in an interview last series saying that this was just showing everyone where the characters are now, so they could just go into telling stories again.
Because the thing is now, I can't look at Michael Cera and see George Michael.
Yeah.
It's he's so beyond that now.
Yeah.
And it's
he still played it pretty well though. I think he still played it.
I don't know, man. Because he's always been fantastic at playing the whole awkward thing.
I mean, he was a bit younger and chubbier then, wasn't he?
Yeah, and
so
that's
it kind of suited the character.
I absolutely adore young, chubby Michael Cera.
Yeah.
But even then, when he was like, 15, 16, he still had this amazing ability of just doing awkward and like being this awkward fucking kid, because he was an awkward kid, but now he's just like grown up and he's some like hipster god.
Wow.
And it's just like, I mean, that's a bit of a push.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I just, when I saw him in the fourth season, or when I heard the fourth season was coming out, the one thing I kept thinking was, I need to see what George Michael's going to be like, because that was the seller.
Yeah. And they didn't make him too different, really, did they?
It wasn't. No, he was still there, and it was, the whole awkwardness, but it was like the whole him like, fucking maybe had heard he had this app. And it was, she thought it was like some like fucking app for virus protection, and like turned it into like a startup company, and it was really just so he could make like a woodblock sound.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
like,
the app
so
to make the woodblock
stupid,
sound.
like,
it was stupid. It was
that
was really stupid.
But the best episodes were the Job episodes, man.
Yeah, Job was really good.
Job was absolutely standout. Like when he starts hanging out with all like the young celebrities and shit. Like it's so funny.
So it sounds like you enjoyed the last series more than you're letting on, to be fair.
Yeah, the Job episodes.
Yeah, okay. So series 4, it's series 5 actually will be coming out next week. We'll see what they do. I don't think they're going to do the timeline thing again.
Have they kind of sort of made any suggestion as to what it's going to be about?
Nothing yet. They've just announced the cast assigned done and they're putting it together.
Fair play.
I imagine they'll probably go back to this normal storytelling format. I don't think it'll be around the one timeline again.
Yeah.
I think they just did that as this is where the characters are now.
And is it a Netflix thing again?
Yeah, it's also a Netflix thing now.
Because I think the thing I originally heard was after when there was first talk of it, the first thing I always heard was they were going to do 2 new seasons and a movie.
They've been saying that for years. There was going to be a movie. I don't know if they'll do it now.
I don't think a movie is necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
I really don't. But also, I mean, so many of those people as well have done good things. Like Buster is in Veep.
Yeah, he was in loads of stuff.
Done loads of stuff as well previously. I think like Law and Order, he was in it. As like a fucking serial
I think most of
killer
them will be in various other things like this. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
And Ellen's wife, are they married? Portia, whatever her name is.
Yeah, they're married. Probably got some sort of surrogate child or something. I don't know. Who knows?
And obviously, this has definitely been discussed, but I was keen to bring up with you. Following Rogue One, the first standalone Star Wars story.
The one that I thought was the one that I thought was episode 7.
The one you were watching thinking was episode 7.
Yeah, and it took me like 20 minutes to realise because no black people had turned up yet.
So that was Rogue One.
Yeah.
And the second standalone.
So that was Rogue One.
The second standalone story they're doing is the young Han Solo movie.
Oh, because wasn't there going to be like a Boba Fett thing, or is that included?
That keeps
into
coming
the Han
and
Solo?
going. I don't know. Maybe there'll be. Who knows? But the young Han Solo movie is, of course, very much anticipated after the success of Rogue One, and it's him meeting Chewbacca, winning the Millennium Falcon from Childish Gambino, who's playing Lando Calrissian. Donald Glover. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they do with this movie.
I think you know what I mean, because as I said, my Star Wars knowledge is very, very sort of scarce. But the whole kind of again, it took me like until I think it was until the Death Star like blew up the planet. I was just like, so this is before Leia, and then I saw Princess Leia, and I was just like, yeah.
And then it ended.
Yeah, this is a prequel.
So this film...
this is references to something.
This film was being directed by the Oscar-winning Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller.
it's directing's a funny thing, isn't it?
And so
Because
these-
it's like it's you get
Directing is a funny old game.
Funny old game,
Been doing
innit?
it all my life, man and boy, for 26 years. Oldest game in the world.
But like no, because you like these days. I mean, like 70s and 80s when you've got Scorsese and your Oliver Stones and your fucking
Go on, name another director.
Woody Allen. Fucking that's about it. Don't ask for a fourth. And they were known for these kind of like hard hitting films and stuff like that. Where they weren't bringing out 22 Jump Street and then doing like a fucking Star Wars.
Yeah,
saga.
I get exactly what you're saying.
So weird these days, man.
It is.
It's like Jon Favreau, man. Like when I found out he did Iron Man, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
He did Iron Man 1 and 2, and he did Jungle Book.
He did. Yeah,
But that
Jungle
probably
Book as well.
got him Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Because he was in Disney's
like
Good Books
Kenneth
after
Branagh
Iron Man.
doing Thor.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
What is going on?
Yeah, and that's still the
Madness.
best 4 they've done. Well, they've only done 2.
That the first one.
Yeah, it's good fun. So this film, I said, was being
He's cut his
directed
hair in
by.
there. Doesn't he have a haircut?
Yeah, he's in Gladiator
What's that
times.
about?
He's got a fight. So Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, really funny directors. They do such a great job on the Lego Movie. It was so well done. I don't know how the.
Does this
very
put
impressive.
some concern into you that they're going to try and make it into a comedy?
Well, this is it. They've now left the project. They've left.
Oh, really?
After all the cast are signed on and pre-production, I think even filming might have been started, they've left. And it's a big... everyone was freaking the fuck out. Like, I saw all movie podcasts, I saw start throwing out these quick 30-minute, 25-minute panic episodes, just being like, they've left the movie. Like, it was all on the
All
internet.
hope is gone.
Everyone was freaking out because everyone thought it was a good directors for those guys to make Han Solo. So it is going to be a bit funny. It's not going to be a full-blown comedy.
I mean, Han Solo was almost the comedy relief
it
in
was
Star Wars,
scruffy
wasn't it?
looking.
Yeah.
Like, it was going to be a fun film, but it was also, I think, going to be quite serious. So everyone panicked. But by the end of the day, they announced the next director who was going to replace them.
Okay, who's that?
Ron Howard.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That could have been possibly the only 4th director I could actually name. Ron Howard. Oh, nice little revolve round there for Arrested Development as well.
And now everyone's suddenly, yes, very good, yeah. Now everyone's just suddenly like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Ron Howard.
That's crazy, Carl. That's crazy because the first standalone Rogue One was directed by Gareth Edwards, who did Godzilla, English director.
Oh yeah. The
one we saw in Amsterdam. So the recent Godzilla, not the Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
I like how we have to have certain reference names for certain Godzilla films.
Yeah, I know, there's so bloody many.
Not the one we saw in Amsterdam, the Matthew Broderick one.
And Japan made their own one recently. They made their own Godzilla film
I heard that got,
recently.
like,
yeah,
really good
I saw a
reviews,
trailer of it. It looked
Fucking
just
great.
like old Godzilla.
Yeah.
But there's another Godzilla coming out soon, and all that linking into the King Kong universe and all that ball bags.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ron Howard is now on board for the
That's
Han
a hell
Solo
of a shout.
standalone. Yeah. If he leaves later on, then it's more time to panic.
No, Ron Howard's good, man. Ransom.
He's well behaved. No, Ron Howard's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he's very well behaved.
Apollo
I can't say
13.
I've watched a new film of his recently. I could think of.
I couldn't tell you.
Rush,
like,
maybe,
I
was the
couldn't
last
tell
one
you
I
his
saw.
discography of like films.
Rush, I think, obviously the F1 one he did was one of the last one. I don't know, maybe I have seen other films he hasn't done, but yes, I'm quite looking forward to Han Solo standalone movie. Rogue One definitely won me over, so I'm intrigued to see what happens next.
You know what? As I said, I think that because it wasn't like a whole sort of saga thing, or I wasn't having to pay attention to information because it's a prequel and all the information's already out there. I think that's why I enjoyed it, and it's good, man. Like it's you saw like all these fun characters and shit like.
Fun characters and shit. I love to see that on the front of like the poster.
It's got fun characters.
Fun characters and shit. Joe.
Nah, like the fucking the blind Jedi dude. Like that
he
guy
was cool.
He was fucking great.
Yeah, he was cool.
Really enjoyed him.
Fucking IP man, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it was just genuinely. It was one of those sort of films that like because Star Wars has this sort of thing to it where it's it's such a big deal that you almost have to know everything about it to know what's going on, whereas this was just like the
whole mythology and all that guff.
Like whereas this throw me in, right, sweet, okay, cool, and then this is because so this all happens so that everything else can happen, right, got it, awesome. That was a really good film.
Cool.
I'd be intrigued. I'm not going to the cinema, but not forever.
Next time on a plane, I'll watch it like I did Rogue One.
Yeah, next time I'm going to New York, I'll watch Han Solo and Friends, or whatever they decide to call it.
Solo and Friends. That's a great name for the film. I hope they call it Han Solo and Friends.
There we go. We just figured out the title.
Now, as you may be able to tell, from the way we've been speaking, Joe, it's fair to say you're not a huge watcher of newer movies.
No, I've become quite lazy with my movie watching.
No. So
you know my friend Lucy, don't you?
Yes.
When I first started working with Lucy, I quickly learned that she'd not seen any films.
Yeah.
And we've sort of like changed places now. So I've just stopped watching
You've
TV.
like tag teamed.
Yeah. For some reason, all I do now is just watch YouTube. I'm like a 5-year-old who's like in Waitrose.
Can I play with your phone?
Oh yeah, I'm like a 5-year-old in Waitrose with his mum. He's just like, right, you look at that. But I've been doing it for 2 years. I don't know what it is. I don't like watching Netflix on my laptop for some reason.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know, it's odd. For some, I think like every now and again, like the screen will go blank and I'll have to like touch it.
I think turn that shit off.
Yeah, I know. I could do, but
Yeah.
I don't. It's just, I just like even like It's Always Sunny, which I absolutely adore, and like the 12 seasons out on Netflix, and I've only watched like 3 episodes of it, and I usually smash it in like 2 days.
You could just plug it into your TV.
I could do.
Simple
It's
cable.
no, because it's all on my Xbox.
Oh, right, there
It's
you go.
all on my Xbox,
There
but
you
I just
go.
can't be fucked, man. Like,
Man, that was a random.
changed. It's terrible times.
So, now Joe's brought us up to date and how he doesn't really watch new movies or watch anything. I thought it'd be fun to do a little experiment here with Joe.
Yes.
I've picked 4 movie titles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you 5 simple synopsis of movies. That's
Okay.
right. I'm going to give you 5. One of the plots I've made up. So the first thing I'm going to do is read you.
See, because I know you, I think I'm going to be able to spot it instantly.
Maybe I think I've been a bit too vague, to be honest with you. Because I had to go through the plots of films and change names to like hero, because it was obvious. Like,
Okay.
so I'm going to read you the 5 plots. One's made up, and
Okay.
after we've done this, then I'm going to tell you the titles of the remaining 4, and you've got to try and match the plot to the title.
Okay.
But we'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
So
because already I'm confused.
here
but
are the
I'm with you enough
Yeah.
for this to work.
Okay, now when I read these out, don't guess straight away if it's true or not or what the film is.
So you want me to
You wait.
hear all 5
Yeah,
first?
you can respond, but just don't make any guesses. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is this that hashtag on Twitter that's like explain films badly?
no,
Or is
no,
this
no,
like
no.
is this the general synopsis?
I've actually copied and pasted the synopsis. I've just changed names. The first plot: when a dark figure blackmails our hero into turning him against his family, it's up to his old friend to stop him and perhaps save the world into the bargain with the help of a deadly foe.
Okay.
Second one. Following a planet-saving victory in New York, our hero returns to his life of ease in Malibu, but a series of panic attacks and escalating threats from a maniac threaten to tip him over the edge. So that's the second one. Ooh, he's scratching his chin on that one. Is he trying to throw you off by naming locations? Who knows?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just like, oh, that's too serious for Greg. I'm just waiting for like an intergalactic jelly is covered over
Oh,
Surrey.
you've seen me right it. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Next one.
All right.
Technology is discovered, leading to a conclusion that artificial intelligence is the only way to keep the world permanently safe. With the AI mind created, it decides the best way to keep the world safe is by wiping out humanity.
Is that just artificial intelligence?
Yeah. Say AI.
Is that the film?
No. This is the plot.
Okay.
Okay, so got that one?
Yep.
So that's the second one. Ooh, he's scratching his chin on that one. Is he trying to throw you off by naming locations? Who knows?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just like, oh, that's too serious for Greg. I'm just waiting for like an intergalactic jelly is covered over
Oh,
Surrey.
you've seen me right it. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Next one.
All right.
Technology is discovered, leading to a conclusion that artificial intelligence is the only way to keep the world permanently safe. With the AI mind created, it decides the best way to keep the world safe is by wiping out humanity.
Is that just artificial intelligence?
Yeah. Say AI.
Is that the film?
No. This is the plot.
Okay.
Okay, so got that one?
Yep.
Next one.
Is this 4?
Yep.
Okay.
Our heroes hop into a jerry-rigged time machine and travel back to save the world from a killer app. Our heroes hop into a jerry-rigged time machine and travel back to save the world from a killer app.
I mean, that sounds like a Ritz and Dick story.
Okay, last one.
All right.
Our heroes, thought to be timeless, have found age catching up with them, and now must face an old foe long thought to be dead at the bottom of the ocean, who leaves not only the future of mankind in balance, but also its past.
Is that Osama bin Laden?
Time traveling Osama bin Laden.
And he comes back and just goes and finds what was it? Who was Barack Obama's like running mate? Joe Biden.
Oh right, yeah.
Just finds them in a retirement home. And he's just like, I have come for you.
Jesus. Which one of those to you did sound made up?
I don't know, because I'm trying to think about the wording, and there was one particular one where that was vague in description, which I think was number 4.
Our heroes.
I mean, at the same time, they all sound like fucking films that we watched at Ed's.
Our heroes hop into a jerry-rigged time machine and travel back to save the world from a killer app.
Yeah, it just sounds like a Ritz and Dick story, man. Like,
no, that one's actually true.
Ah, damn. Okay.
That one's true. I can tell you the one I made up.
Because 4 was the other one I was thinking was 3.
3. Technology is discovered into
Oh
leading...
no, that was artificial. I thought that was artificial intelligence.
That is artificial intelligence.
No.
Yeah.
Stump me.
Okay. The one I made up was the last one. Our heroes, thought to be timeless, have found age catching up with them, and now must face a long old foe thought to be dead at the bottom of the ocean, who leaves not only the future of mankind in the balance, but also its past.
What was your inspiration from that one?
I don't know.
Because I heard Bottom of the Sea and I was like, Megatron?
Yeah, it was a bit
Osama
like that.
bin Laden. I can't think of anyone else that's been buried at sea. How evil is the sea?
Yeah, it's evil.
Wait, there needs to be... They could do that film.
Yeah, that
Imagine
film.
that.
The shark's down there.
No, imagine like if there was like a volcano that erupted and it erupted so firmly that like the sound waves mixed with the lava like resurged Osama bin Laden and Megatron back. That is the most evil duo ever.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so number 5 is a dud, right?
That was one I made up. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got the 4 plots.
Yeah.
And you're going to give me the movie title.
I'm going to give you 4 movie titles.
Okay.
Okay. Terminator Genesis.
Okay.
Iron Man 2. Fast and Furious 8. And The Avengers Age of Ultron. Hi, pal people, Greg here. Just so you know, I am fully aware that I've given Joe the plot to Iron Man 3 and told him the title Iron Man 2. But my bad, but he's not going to know, so let's not tell him. Carry on with the show. Cheers.
Okay, so definitely Iron Man is the one where he heads back to Malibu and has
Yes! How did you suss that one out?
Because I remember in the trailer,
Yes, clever.
he falls in he's flying around and he falls in his suit.
Yeah.
Because of a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
And then
good.
so that's number 2 out the way.
Yep, and you got Terminator Genesis, Fast and Furious 8, and The Avengers Age of Ultron.
What happens in The Avengers Age of Ultron?
If I tell you, then you would know the plot. So you've still got the dark figure blackmailing the hero, turning against his family, and you've still got technology discovered leading to artificial intelligence, which then tries to wipe out humanity.
Terminator Genesis.
No.
Fucking hell, really?
No, it's
Don't
not
tell me
Terminator
that's Fast
Genesis.
and Furious 8.
No.
Because I'm thinking blackmail is Fast and Furious 8.
Oh, yep, blackmail is Fast and Furious 8. Good work there, Jackson.
Nice.
Good work indeed.
Damn. Okay. Age of Ultron is the artificial intelligence?
Yes.
Interesting.
Age of Ultron is the artificial intelligence trying to wipe out mankind and the Avengers.
It's got a real Terminator vibe to it.
Yeah.
What was the last plot then? There's like the Terminator Genesis one.
The Terminator Genesis one was the killer app. Because in Terminator Genesis, Skynet's basically been released as like an app called Genesis. And it goes live at once across the world. And that's when...
That is terrible.
It is. It's a terrible film.
That is fucking dog shit.
It's a terrible, terrible film. To be fair, not bad though. You straight away got Iron Man. You got Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that sounded familiar. Even before hearing the title, I was like, that's got an Iron Man vibe to it.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, well done. Actually, you did quite well there.
Thanks very much.
You did good there, matching those up. Although I did stump you with my made-up one.
Yeah, that really did.
See, it just kind of shows the predictability of films nowadays. It is quite easy to not have seen them and still be like, oh.
I think there was just even just the mention of an app. I was just like, no, that's too much pop culture, man. That's got Greg's written that definitely.
No, not at all. It is the abysmal Terminator Genesis, where Arnold Schwarzenegger's the old Terminator that young Sarah Connor calls Pops.
So weird.
And there's a terrible bit in that film where he sends Sarah and he sacrifices himself, and he's kind of like, he looks at her and he's like, "Go, Sarah," and it zooms in on him. And he's like, "My Sarah." It's like, fuck off, Terminator. Oh God, you wouldn't say that. You're Terminator.
I remember. I think like one of the first times we recorded Dice Roller stuff, and we were over at yours, and we had a movie break. I think we just got bored of recording, and it was just like, let's just watch a film. And you put on
Salvation.
You put on Salvation, and there was the one bit which was the shot in the helicopter when it's crashing.
Yeah,
but it didn't look like regular TV or film. It looked like a
it was the first time you'd seen a Blu-ray, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Mate, it completely spun me out because I was just like, I feel like I'm in it.
Yeah, because we pulled the sofa right up to the TV.
Yeah, we'd smoked a spliff.
Yeah, pulled the sofa right up to the TV, and yeah, and you were like, it's a nice looking Blu-ray. Like, this is fucking a few years back then. Yeah. Pull it in, and you were just like, like really freaked out.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it was like the frame rate or whatever, but it just I don't know, the way it
was
moved.
Like a shaky cam, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. It's just the way it moved and how sharp it was just made it feel all too real. And I was like, fuck me.
Yeah, I remember you saying
I'm in a helicopter with Christian Bale.
Yeah, you kept saying that. Fuck, I was in a helicopter today. Jesus.
I had a great day. I was in a helicopter.
Yeah.
It crashed. It wasn't so good after all.
How was your day? We recorded some dice rollers, and then we
took a helicopter ride with Christian Bale, which ended up crying.
Yeah, crying. The Terminator cried.
Crying.
Say that for
with the thumb.
Cried after Genesis. Jeez, I'm trying to think of because obviously now the big memes at the moment is the floor is hot. The floor is lava.
The floor is lava. Yeah.
I've got two I want to make in mind. One, I want to have a picture of Yellowstone. Like, you know, people falling in it and like, dying.
Yeah.
If I go on a picture of somebody by it or falling in it, and then just have the lava is floor. No, I'm only joking. The guy just burns. And you also got to think of a Terminator thumbs up.
There's got to be something.
There's got to be a Terminator thumbs up one.
Yeah. The floor is lava, but also your destiny.
Yeah. Very well put.
And he's just thumb. I'm good with this.
I thought I'd do a little update of in 2017 some of my top 5 TV series.
Okay, of this year so far.
Well, I say this year. It's kind of it's
last year as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bit. One's like because I haven't had much time to watch full series recently.
Yeah,
like I've not sat down and actually like plowed through loads of series like I used to. So I just don't really get time.
The last series I watched was all the way through was actually probably something like Making a Murderer.
Yeah. And Walking Dead, I guess, and we're going to
Walking Dead as well. But I think that's not a binge thing. That's like you got to wait every fucking week.
And we did, yeah. That's only because I like going around Ed's to watch it.
Yeah, that's the most fun part about it. I can't wait till October.
Yeah,
I mean it's not like we're not over there on a Monday.
No,
anyway.
Exactly. So the shows I've enjoyed a lot recently.
Yeah,
Master of None with Aziz.
Oh yeah. No, that's got a lot of good reviews. Yeah,
really weird. It's weird. Season 1, season 2 are very different. Very heartfelt, but very funny and good comedy. It's good writing.
Because it's his actual parents in it.
His actual parents are in it. They're really funny. Obviously, he was great in Parks and Rec, but he's nothing like that character in Parks and Rec. He's playing like a probably exaggerated version of himself, but it is quite serious.
Aziz Ansari is a weird one, really, because I don't know, like it just seems like in the characters that he does play, he's always got this sort of like element that he wants to be this like. I don't know, pimp player.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's all just like into like bling and fashion. It's just like. Where he's clearly not that kind of person.
No, he's not. No,
but also that's something like because he had that when he did stand up, he did he had an alter ego called Randy, and that was this person. They just come out and just be like, "All right, I'm gonna do my impression of like what it's like to get your dick sucked in a scenario," and then someone just shout me out a scenario, and it's like roller coaster. Okay, this is what it's like getting your dick sucked on a roller coaster. It's like, oh hell, we're pretty high up. Oh. It's just so
he's good.
Stupid.
He is really funny. He is
he is good.
And of course,
I like his stand-up. His stand-up,
yeah,
really
it is
good.
funny. Yeah, Westworld was still up there. I'm probably going to rewatch that again soon, if I get a chance.
They doing another series?
They're doing another series, but it was meant to be quite a way off. But they have announced they've actually started filming very soon, so it might be as long. I'll probably be next year. It might be year after. I don't know. One I did watch recently, which actually is it's not new.
No.
But I actually, so the last show, I watched like a couple episodes.
It
was on Netflix.
Season's come out, or?
A new season came out. It was Fargo.
Oh yeah,
Season 3's come out with what's his name in it.
3 seasons in now.
Yeah. So the third, I think this is the last one. Maybe the third season came out with fucking what's his name? Why can't I remember his name? Ewan McGregor.
Oh, he's in it?
He's the main guy. He plays 2 characters in it, from what I've seen in the adverts. But he's like fat and bald with long hair. It's set in the not 70s, set like in early 2000s, I think.
Oh, okay.
But
how strange.
The first season and the second season are very different. All different characters.
Yeah.
The second season's like an old man in the first season's younger days in like this.
In the way of like
70s.
of like Netflix originals and stuff. Like, mate, I can't believe like House of Cards is on its 5th season.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
I just like I gave that no attempt.
No,
it
no,
got so much hype. Just
Yeah.
like the original Netflix series.
No, I never watched it. I've never really been too much into like serious politics shows.
Nah, West Wing I liked a little bit,
Yeah.
but then I kind of just, as soon as some of the characters started leaving, I started not giving a shit.
Joel is out of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I pretty much binge watched Fargo season 1 and 2 and really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like I say, I watched Fargo season 1, really liked it. Didn't watch the second season for like a year.
How
even though it was already on there.
how many episodes? What, like 6 or 8? Or...
No, I think there's like 11, 12 maybe. But they're solid stories because it's Coen Brothers. It's solid,
of course,
solid story writing, man. Like really, really clever, really well. Weird.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm going to give a spoiler away here. So if you haven't watched season 2 of Fargo, don't watch it. And I didn't quite get it, but there was a shootout at like a motel at night.
Yeah.
Near the end. Ted Danson's in it. He's awesome. I love Ted Danson.
Mate, you know what? Ted Danson doesn't disappoint.
Mate, never. He's so good in it.
He's good in plenty.
Yeah. And like, there's a big shootout, and he's there. He's been shot, but he's okay. He's lying there, like shooting out the door. It's a good gunfight.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, like a UFO comes out the sky and hovers over the thing, and they're all like, "What the fuck is that?" And somebody looks and goes, "It's a fucking flying saucer."
What?
And they like run away, and then it hovers for a while. Then it shoots off. The gunfight carries on, and it's not mentioned. And a little while later, Ted Danson's like, out of hospital, and he's chatting to the guy, and he's like, "Have you written up your report about what happened at the motel?" He's like, yeah. He's like, "Did you mention that flying saucer?" He's like, "No, I don't think anyone would believe us." "Nope, me neither." And that's like the only time it's mentioned. It's so out of the blue.
It's like a weird like Twin Peaks moment or
but
something.
completely out of the blue and not really acknowledged.
That's great.
So weird.
That's bizarre.
I quite liked it, but at the same time, I was a bit like, the show's so serious.
I've just remembered the episode of Frasier where Ted Danson turns up as Sam.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and he's all just like he's supposed to be getting married.
He's left at the altar, hasn't he, or some shit? Or he's run away. He's freaked out.
Basically,
Yeah. Typical Sam.
Typical Sam.
Obviously, Stranger Things is on my list.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Season
coming back.
2 is going to be, I reckon, it's going to be different.
Yeah, because it's
got a lot to live up to.
The thing about season 1 is they kind of ended it not knowing whether they were going to get another season because they didn't know how popular it was going to be.
And it kind of ended
but
like an 80s movie would as well.
They wrapped it up like there was, no loose ends.
Yeah.
So now they've got to make loose ends.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's pretty hefty loose ends with the fact
loose
ends.
I like that.
Pretty hefty loose ends in the sense of like 11, everyone thinks she's dead, but she's actually like hiding in the woods or something, and the policeman's taking her Eggos.
But I think at the end, the police guy ended up working for them, didn't he?
I don't. I think he was still dressed as a police officer, but maybe he was like a bit undercover.
It kind of hinted
maybe
that he started working for them. Because at the end, they're like like, "Oh, can we have a word of you?" And it kind of looks like he's working for them at the end because he was obviously very impressed of how he saved the day.
And of course, you just don't know if Winona Ryder is going to be off prescription medication. Or not. So I mean, it's a real tough one.
Well, it looks like it's going to be bigger and grander season 2. I love the fact they're in Ghostbusters outfits in the pictures.
No, I did see that as well. That's really good. I just really hope that the kid's still not got no teeth.
And
they've had to like take them out.
Yeah. So he's got all famous now.
Is that right? Come on. Punch him right out your gums.
My last favourite show of recent times has definitely been Daredevil season 1 and 2.
Okay.
Jessica Jones is all right. The other one was all right. Luke Cage. I actually gave up watching Iron Fist after like an episode. Didn't like it.
No.
But Daredevil, dark. It's like Batman in a TV series.
Is it like their attempt to do it like Gotham?
No, nothing like Gotham. No. I fucking hate that show. It's very different to Gotham. But it's good fighting. It's good violence, and it's gory.
I remember when
bloody.
The first season came out, and you said like it's like super violent.
Oh yeah. Like there's a lot. Some guy gets his head like smashed in the door.
Like,
did you see them making a Watchmen TV show?
I'd heard something about it, but
the
I'm
guy
not
that
too keen
did
on
Lost, and I don't know.
I'm definitely not keen on it. It's fucking Lost.
No, it's not. It's the guy that
It's going to be too many flashbacks.
It might have flashbacks.
I always say it, man. If someone
but
could
the film
present-
has the comic book and the film and the graphic novel has a lot of flashbacks.
No, but they're not. It's. I mean, there's one big flashback which is him becoming Dr. Manhattan, and then after that, it's
I
just
suppose the intro does it all,
piddly
doesn't it?
little bits
Yeah.
like getting nearly raped on the pool table. They shy away from that pretty quick. But yeah, I don't know. It's, I always say
She does get raped. That's his daughter, isn't it? She does get raped by the comedian.
Oh yeah, I thought they.
Because
I know,
Dr. Manhattan's
'cause he
daughter ends up being his daughter.
I thought like the guy that turns up looking like a Ku Klux Klan member mixed with Grimace from the McDonald's adverts. He's all like purple in a hood, and he's just like, "You monster!" I thought he stopped the rape.
No, if he was in.
No, fair play. Fair play, not fair.
Or he'd
play.
raped her previously.
No, that's not fair. No,
That's
not fair
not
play
fair
to that. But no, I always said about Lost is that if someone would present to me Lost without the flashbacks and just what goes on the island, I might understand it.
Yeah.
But I fucking hate because it's an episode, 45-minute episode if you don't include your adverts. 30 minutes of it is just fucking flashback. It's such an annoying bollock. Like it's just. I hate it. I hate flashbacks.
Anyway,
Like,
so
Flash Forward really spun me out.
Yeah.
I'm glad that only lasted half a season.
So we're getting sidetracked here, but we'll see where they
what we
land
do,
on
Greg.
a-
It's
on
what
a-
we
on a
do.
Watchmen trailer. So yeah, they're the shows that I've thoroughly been enjoying of late. Those are the top 5 that I've really enjoyed.
That's
I
cool.
might have missed some out, and there's a lot more to come, but I didn't have much time to sit down and
There's
watch
plenty.
them.
Yeah, there's plenty.
I'm
of
definitely looking
new
forward
TV
to
shows coming out.
the Defenders coming out on Netflix, which is all these Daredevil shows eventually now joining up. The Avengers of
Do
the
you
TV
think
shows.
it's getting too much?
Oh yeah, there's loads I don't watch because it's getting too much.
I feel like there's a lot of spin-offs and there's a lot of I mean the first like TV show that I saw was like Agents of the Shield.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
No, I didn't. I didn't see what the point was.
Yeah. There is a lot, and everyone's just trying to jump in. There's so many characters up for grabs. But the thing is, the comic book universe is so fucking huge and old.
I blame Stan Lee.
They're just well, it's all is, yeah.
Fucking bastard.
Once Disney got the mitts on him.
Maybe if he did, stop having these silly ideas. And
I don't think he's had any ideas for ages now.
No, dementia, it's terrible.
It's like that. It's like that show that Nesbitt guy's in, Lucky Man, and it's like Stan Lee presents Lucky Man. I honestly reckon he was just one day like, oh, Stan Lee, we need a plot for a TV. We want something new to come out of you. I don't know. Guy's lucky. He wears a bracelet. Fantastic. Stan Lee presents Lucky Man.
It's like, no, put my name on it.
Yeah, Jesus. Say presents. Didn't come up with it. I said that I had a dream. I wrote that in my seat when I was pissed.
I still can't believe he's alive. Oh, that's going to be an horrible day when he dies. Facebook's going to be
Imagine if
unbearable.
him and Attenborough went on the same day.
That'd be sick. Fighting.
Jesus. Fighting to the death. like
They're just on
like-
Twitter.
like-
You're old, I'm old, let's settle this.
Yeah, just like in Lord of the Rings, just like seeing Gandalf fight Saruman. Like,
Mate, that's going to start a war because you're going to have basically everyone in Britain who loves David Attenborough, and then you're going to have everyone around the world that loves Stan Lee, but like they're not too familiar with who Attenborough is. It's going to be a civil war, mate. It's going to be, and they're fighting for the elders. That's all it's going to be.
And they eventually
there you go. There's another film for you.
there you go. They eventually get the showdown where they're about to face off one at a time. Both lift up their swords and go, oh, and just drop down. And that's it.
Arthritis.
Everyone's just like, oh, now what do we do?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's the Great War.
Let's just go. Great War's over pretty quick.
That's it. When in the future, when people ask how the world got depopulated by 80%, we'll say it's the Great War of Attenborough and Lee.
And Lee.
You picked Stanley.
Stanley, yeah.
You pick your side and you fight to the death.
Fabulous.
Who would you choose? You're a fan of both.
Oh.
Attenborough or Lee? No, okay, no, not what side. Who would win a fight?
I don't know. I think they'll both do each other. No. I don't think Stanley can barely stand. I don't think Stanley would stand a chance.
Even in his cameos, he seems quite frail these
Yeah,
days.
but he's recorded a bunch of those in advance now, his cameos. In fact, I think they've even got ones recorded for when he's dead. I read somewhere.
All right, maybe if we took them back to their peak. So like David Attenborough when that gorilla attacked him. Stanley, I don't know.
Yeah, when?
Just the same sort of time.
Whatever
he was doing.
I don't know. I reckon Attenborough was actually Stan Lee is obviously an adventure idea man, whereas David Attenborough is an adventure man.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got that behind him.
Yeah, it's true.
You know.
Also, he had a gorilla attacked him.
Exactly.
And he's still alive.
And he's still alive. He's all sorts all over him. He's still going.
My money's on Attenborough.
Yeah, I'd say Attenborough. Who do you think, listeners, will win in the fight, Stanley or David Attenborough?
Stan Lee's such a nerd.
Please let us know. Oh, don't make me turn against you now.
Attenborough is just like a science geek, and the other one is just like super science fiction geek. They're two different sciences. I'm blowing my own mind, Greg.
You are blowing your own mind. I'm watching it unfold.
That's enough. That's enough of that. Let's go somewhere else.
Now, we are approaching the hour mark,
Uh-huh.
so we should start heading towards some sort of wrap-up. What I do have lined up for us is a bunch of new reboots coming out. Because we're saying how maybe there's too many of these sort of films all the same now, all getting a bit predictable.
There's too many of everything.
But now they're just making a lot of reboots.
Just for the sake of it.
A lot of now.
See, I think like about it as well is that it gets to a certain point where they don't even care about the content.
No.
And they're just like, nah, just put a name on it. It'll make some money.
This list was over 120 films long.
Fucking hell. For this year?
Well, it was a recent list. It was from this year.
Jesus Christ!
But this is a list of films that have either been greenlit, so not potentially might still not get made.
Yeah.
But they've been greenlit, so a script is being worked on. Like there is.
So this is like pre-production.
Some of them are already done. I saw on this list, so I've taken them out. But a lot of these are in the pipeline.
Okay.
Potentially may see light of day. Okay, so I picked a few to us to look over out the list. Are you ready?
Yes.
First up, Ace Ventura.
Oh no.
Yep, apparently, following in the muddy paw prints of Ace Ventura Jr. and the animated 90s TV show. Was there an animated Ace Ventura Jr.? Was there?
No, there was an animated TV show.
Oh, right. But it says Ace Ventura Jr. and the animated 90s TV show.
Well, that I don't remember.
So what the hell was Ace Ventura Jr.?
I don't know.
I don't recall Ace Ventura Jr.
Was that a TV show? Because it definitely wasn't a film.
Yeah, well, I'm aware of. But there's been another attempt to revive the franchise without the involvement of Jim Carrey.
Oh.
Apparently, Morgan Creek Pictures are definitely looking into it. They're currently selling a lot of their properties, but have held onto the remake rights for Ace Ventura, which they're working on relaunching.
I just don't know. It's the thing. Like Jim Carrey characters are hard to reenact.
Yeah.
Without Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
So I don't really know because I mean, look at like when they did like the prequel to Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, he looked like the guy. He looked the part.
Just shit all over.
I only saw the end of that film. I didn't care much for it.
No, I didn't even care about the second one.
No. Oh, yeah, that was bad. Did you see that?
No.
Oh man, I watched it at Ed's. The first 20 minutes was really good. It was really funny.
Yeah.
Then it just got fucking ridiculous. And I know it's called Dumb and Dumber, but it was fucking... All the characters in it were dumb. All of them. It was a bit too much.
That's not the idea.
Yeah, it was a bit too much. It wasn't them in real life situations being stupid, because everyone was stupid.
Anyway, in a world of...
Next up, Aladdin, which you heard about. Guy Ritchie directing the live action. There's been rumours that Will Smith has been in talks to play the genie.
No, I'm not down with that.
I mean, it would more like just be his voice. I imagine.
But it's Will Smith. He'll probably make it look like him or something, or he'll have black jokes or something. Because it's what Will Smith does.
That's what Will Smith does.
I can say black.
I mean, it's a black guy playing the genie in the Broadway show of it. He looks pretty cool.
It's not Will Smith.
I mean, he's blue. Yeah, maybe not Will Smith.
Not Will Smith.
But I don't have any other suggestions to play the genie. Ray Winston.
Will Ferrell.
Well, it's Guy Ritchie, so it could be Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Vinnie Jones.
David Beckham.
Vinnie Jones as the genie.
Vinnie Jones, but Vinnie Jones from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, he just doesn't say anything. Alien Nation. A new series of Alien Nation movies are in the planning. Because there was the original 1980 films, and then I think there was a TV series, wasn't there, of Alien Nation?
What's Alien Nation?
Funny Heads. I thought we talked about it before. Alien Nation. You remember that at the bottom?
Oh yeah, he drinks chunky milk for some reason. It's really horrible. Yeah.
Apparently they're looking into reviving that for some reason. This one might upset.
It just looks like Due South, but with someone with a bumpy head.
This one might upset you, Joe, if it comes to life. Cliffhanger.
Not necessary.
There have been, Sylvester Stallone, then a floundering career, received a major shot in the arm with 1993's Cliffhanger. But now there's been talk for many years of a Cliffhanger sequel, The Dam. But it never panned out. Back in 2009, there was talk of a reboot, who's been overseeing the Total Recall and 21 Jump Street reboots. So he's a reboot man, I guess.
He's a reboot man.
There's been a screenplay penned for the remake / reboot. I don't know what the difference is. But nothing's been heard since.
I don't. Yeah, I think a lot of these things it's too much time. I know that kind of works in their favor because then they can actually say like 20 years later, and it is.
Well, they're looking at doing a reboot, but I can't see them. Just don't see the point.
Nah.
I mean, Point Break didn't work out so well. So
Point
why
Break
would you...
worked terribly.
Yeah. So why would you remake Cliffhanger?
No, it's just. But also, I don't think it was as big as they make it out to be. I know
it's definitely in time. It's one of those ones where he. Because
also, I think like Demolition Man was more of a push for.
And then he'll look back at Cliffhanger.
Yeah. It's like, well, that got the ball rolling. I was like, yeah, but Demolition Man fucking smashed it.
Yeah, and obviously Rocky
as well, yeah.
Of course, that was his big fuck.
But maybe it was. I mean, maybe after like he had problems getting typecasted. Maybe that's what his problem was. He was like, well, I'm going to be a mountaineer in snowy
I mean,
bits.
he's in the new Guardians of the Galaxy films. He's not a huge part, but he's in it. He's obviously setting up to be a bigger thing later on, but he's in it. You can't really understand what he's saying, but he's in it.
Yeah, he's had a stroke. Like,
Star-Lord.
He's had like 18 strokes.
In one. Still having him. Continuous state of stroke.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone. The Crow is getting a remake, but that seems to have happened a lot, or there's always talk about it.
Well, they did sequels after it, didn't they?
Well,
they did The Crow 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Which was unnecessary.
Yeah. Again, doesn't need to be rebooted, I think. No. But there was Jason Momoa was due to start in The Crow Reborn. Reborn. The film has been stuck in development hell for quite some time.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that's a bit. That's just because he has long hair. Just because he has long hair.
Buff.
I think it's just because he has long hair. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, the 1988 Steve Martin film.
Oh, yeah.
That apparently is getting a female remake. Rebel Wilson will star alongside Anne Hathaway. I don't see why it needs to happen. And they're doing the all-female... What's the one at Ocean's 11? They're doing the all-female version of that as well.
That's unnecessary.
Where it's like one of the sisters and then a female. Again, I don't think Ghostbusters worked out that well.
Well, they're going to fucking rob a boutique.
Exactly. We're going to piss off so many women for that comment.
You know where to find me.
Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, that's been going around for ages.
Yes, for a while. Off the back
that's been going as long as Goonies and Back to the Future.
Well, this is after apparently the director set to make it was after he directed Safety Not Guaranteed. Did you ever see that film, Safety Not Guaranteed?
No.
It's a good film. It's got that Aubrey Plaza woman in it.
Wow.
And it's
that the one about the time traveling?
Yeah, and it's got the guy from The League in it.
Yeah.
That
guy, I saw it on Netflix.
It's
and
good film.
I read the synopsis and I was just like,
it's weird. I liked it. I actually talk about it in one of our Dice Roller tracks. The Safety Not Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
I hear colours, I see sounds. I wrote it in. I would talk about it in that.
Fair play.
But that director then, of course, went on to make the director who was set up to do this. Then, of course, landed Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And now he's directing one of the Star Wars movies coming out, the 2019 Star Wars Episode 8. And he's going to be a busy man. So I don't know if that's going to happen, or they're part of somebody else. I haven't seen the original Flight Navigator, man, in fucking ages.
Me and my sister used to fucking
likewise. I fucking loved that film. Like, so much loved that film.
Me and my sister had this thing of, like, we'd watch films, but we'd laugh at bits that weren't funny, but we found them funny. So, like, you remember that film, like the really, really old version of Little Women?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a bit in that where, like, man, I can't even, like, it's so old and I haven't seen it in so long that I can't even remember who the characters are. But someone comes to visit the Little Women, and they're leaving on, like, some horse-ridden sleigh. And as they're going off on the sleigh, like when the horse like ride off, like the sleigh like jolts, and the woman in it just goes woo, ooh. And me and my sister would rewind it like 20 times and just watch it again, and then laugh ourselves silly, and then rewind it again and rewind it again. So ridiculous.
That's a good way of watching films.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Highlander.
Oh, really? Who really agrees that a reboot is necessary?
I know. I think reboots you made.
I don't understand.
If the film was shit, but could have been good, years later, why the fuck not? But when you keep remaking classic films, when you could just make other films.
Yeah, when it's good, when a film's good, and you remember it being good and you enjoyed it, no matter how, like, what element of nostalgia, you're gonna think, well, no, I like that version. I don't need to see a new version.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not necessary.
As long as you don't want to.
Because that was, I mean, you look at Flight of the Navigator and what they can do now, technology-wise, like CGI-wise, they'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
They'll just be everything. Like the great thing about the inside of the spaceship is that it's all just platinum, and like you don't know what's a button or what's a seat or what's a robot. Like
as much as they say when we're trying to keep the original in mind, at the end of the day, they're not making them for us. They're making them for the next generation.
Yeah.
So they're making them like other films. They make them all like Transformer movies, so young kids love them. That's why they're doing it.
It's a shame. They could just do a remastered version. Just
Inspector...
make it just put a bit more colour in it, and they'll pay attention.
This one you may get excited about: Inspector Gadget.
No.
The Lego movie producer Dan Ling has taken Inspector Gadget onto his slate. It's fair to say that neither Matthew Broderick or Rupert Everett will be getting a phone call from it, though. Man.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't think the movies of that were particularly great.
No, I don't know if it's going to be like an animated or CGI one. But apparently there was a well-received CG animated series that went well. So that's why they're making the film. The next one upsets me. The next one does upset me because I just... the idea of
it's
it...
all right, mate. It could just be rumour.
No, this one I've read recently. This is going ahead.
Oh, really?
And like when you bought your Ted Bundy T-shirt, and then instantly it was announced that Zac Efron was playing Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Just after I bought my Little Shop of Horrors T-shirt, this announcement came to light.
No, they're redoing Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah. I just gave away what I was going to say then. Yeah,
it's
Little Shop of Horrors.
You stopped for a minute and thought, how did he get that?
Yeah, I did. I was like, how did you know? Little Shop of Horrors. I love Little Shop of Horrors. I've loved it since I was a kid.
That film made me cry.
Man, why?
You know the bit where it's in his mouth and he's pulling the teeth out? I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Teen Wolf made me cry.
Wow.
When I was a kid. But it was the bit when they're at the party and there's just like two teenagers on the floor rigging around and Styles is just throwing like squirty cream on them. I didn't understand it, so I just cried.
I think definitely two films that made me cry as a kid was E.T. I cried in E.T.
Yeah, I cried at E.T.
And Cocoon. Remember Cocoon?
Oh, yeah,
the old
man,
people?
Cocoon was amazing.
It was at the end when like the granddad left on the boat and the kid was like screaming for him not to go.
He jumps onto the boat.
Yeah, but he goes at the end. I cried. I remember I cried so much. Mum didn't know my TV was on. She was downstairs. I was upstairs in my room. And apparently I was crying so much she heard me cry and came up to see what was wrong. I watched Cocoon.
I think the second Cocoon's sadder, man.
It might have been. I can't remember. It might have even been the second one. I can't remember.
The second one, it's when they come back. And so like the kids all grown up and their mate that didn't want to go is like there, and they're all just like, hey, we're all fit and healthy and super fine. We've been living with aliens. Yeah. Like it's totally fine.
Yeah. Isn't the scary bit ones in the swimming pool?
There's the bit that's in the first one.
Oh, is it?
That's when it's when Steve, because they hire Steve Gutenberg's boat.
Yeah.
To go and find these cocoons. And then like at one point he's like spying on her in the shower and then she takes her skin off.
Yeah.
It's the taking of the skin off because it's fucking gross, man.
It's horrible.
But yeah, no, in the second one there's like the bit where one of the old ladies like gets hit by a car because the kid's going to run into like into the road.
I remember that.
And then her husband
that's
uses
the woman from Bachelor's Not Included, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the husband uses his powers to heal her, but it means that he passes away.
Isn't it the same husband? In my head, her husband's the same guy from Bachelor's Not Included.
Could be, man. Could be.
Like, as growing up, they were the grandpa and grandma TV couple for me growing up. Seeing them too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think Bachelor's Not Included made me cry as well when the boxer didn't want to give up the baby.
Oh yeah, damn dude. Yeah, that's a real heartbreaking moment.
So Little Shop of Horrors, Greg Berlanti, he makes all the CW shows. So he's one that's bought like The Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and there's a new one coming out.
He has problems with original ideas, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he's doing all these shows. And they are very camp. They are very camp. They are very cheesy.
Yeah.
That's why it worries me. Because apparently he is now officially remaking Little Shop of Horrors. He's directing it, and well, it's his baby. And I don't know if it says it will be a musical, which doesn't surprise me because he has done musical episodes in his shows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gay as days long, Greg Berlanti.
It's the nicest way to put it.
Yeah. And it's going to include like apparently some of the original music. I reckon they'll probably throw some new songs in there.
Yeah, it'll be dubstep.
I mean, who knows? It could be right, but I'd be interested to see how they do the plant.
There will be, I guarantee you, a Jonas brother will be in it.
The plant in the original movie is just amazing.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
The puppetry is incredible. His
when
lips,
it's like fully grown and stuff as
man,
well.
So
it's
good.
Really,
the way
like...
he moves, the way he sings, like when he's jumping up and down on his. I rewatched it, which I was recently.
Yeah.
I actually, when I was at my parents', purposely went upstairs and got the DVD off the old shelf in the spare room where the DVDs live now, because no one watches them. And I brought it home and I watched it, and it was fucking awesome. I still loved it. It was still funny. Rick Moranis is great in it. Like, the songs are great. Everything about it is awesome. And also, what's really good about that DVD is that it has a making of documentary on it. So I watched that, and it was so good.
It shows you all the puppeteer.
It had like the original film that was made in one day in black and white. Jack Nicholson's first film, small cameo in that. They went from that to how they made it into a Broadway musical, and then how it ended up becoming a film again.
Yeah.
And they showed like all behind the scenes of the puppet. The original ending when Audrey 2 actually doesn't get blown up stupidly, but kills them all, and then. The cuttings get taken, so everyone has an Audrey 2, and it ends with loads of Audrey 2s just the size of fucking Empire State Building, just destroying New York, which is how it's meant to end.
Yeah.
That's how the Broadway show ends. They take over the world.
Fantastic.
And I don't know if he'll do that ending in this version.
The Attack of the Killers of Artists.
I hope they do that ending in the new remake.
Yeah, man.
But I must say, I don't think it's happened. I watched it. It holds up.
It's like the anti-ending, isn't it?
Yeah. It holds up really well. I don't think it needs to be remade.
Do you know what the best anti-ending I was like Arlington
The Mist.
Road.
Oh, right.
The Mist is, that's pretty fucking dark, actually, in all honesty, yeah.
The next one, you could argue, does need to be remade. Well, it doesn't have to be remade, but considering the old one, yes.
It could have just been made better the first time.
I love this one. This is Masters of the Universe.
Oh, yeah.
I love this film.
Campfest, the first one.
I love it. What's best about this film is they ran out of money on production, so the end was proper rushed. They were trying to save money. Half the crew had gone. They couldn't afford lighting anymore, so it's just shit. It looks terrible. Dolph Lundgren...
Skeletor is a kinky fucker.
I love him
in that, man. He looks so weird. He looks nothing like a skull.
Dolph Lundgren was supposed to be dubbed because his English wasn't great, so but they ran out of money, so they didn't dub him. They used his original track in the audio track in the film, which is why he's it's a shame because he didn't really act because he didn't think he had to because he was getting dubbed. So he's just like, the princess, where are we going? Oh, huh, huh. And that they didn't, so they just kept his unimpressed voice all the way through the film because they didn't have dubbing him in the end.
You know something we should watch is Hercules in New York. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, that's dubbed terribly.
The first Arnie film.
Yeah, it's dubbed terribly,
Amazing.
isn't it? Yeah.
The bear fight.
Yeah, it's
like,
so
the bear
shit.
fight in like... oh, man, it's so good.
I mean,
it's so funny.
I don't think it's a big problem with remaking Masters of the Universe. It was blatantly a rip-off of Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, when it came out. It was basically Star Wars.
You could say Flash Gordon was a rip-off of Masters of the Universe.
Say what was?
Flash Gordon. To an extent.
To an extent, but it was around way before. Like, anyway, I like Masters of the Universe. I think it's a great film. I think I actually watched that quite recently. I quote that film a lot as well. I quote that film a lot. It's too fucking good. Especially Skeletor, man. He's so good. What? No!
It just doesn't look anything like a skull.
Eternity will be ours. No! Mine. And they keep like hologramming him like Star Wars. People of Eternia!
Yeah.
Bow to me! Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked because I love Master Universe so much. Naked Gun's on the list.
Oh, no, you can't. No.
More of a reboot style of the recent Vacation, which didn't do too well. The Naked Gun won't be a spoof, but we'll see Ed Helms play a relative of Leslie Nielsen's Pierce, Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Ed Helms is nowhere near
he's gonna. It's not gonna be it's gonna be a reboot style where it's gonna be a relative of his, and it's not gonna be a spoof.
Ed Helms hasn't got the slapstick ability. He's funny, but he's like facial.
I can't remember who Ed Helms is.
He was in The Office. He was in The Hangover. He's Stu in the Hangover.
Oh, he looks like him actually. I see.
He does. No, he does look a little bit like him. I'll give you that. But I just don't think.
But he was also in The Vacation, which was saying with what they're kind of basing it on. He was in that film as well.
But I you know, Naked Gun is very very similar to like Airplane in the sense of like the
Leslie Nielsen's in it.
Yeah, no, but also like the comedy sort of elements in it. You know, it's a lot of silly jokes and things like that. Like, and I just don't see anyone doing that kind of comedy anymore. I don't think it would go down. I don't think people would really be into it these days because they're not talking about like AIDS and
Yeah, I don't think it'll work.
vaginas. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. No.
The next one, or the last one I've got on my list here, is, I don't think, a big surprise. And actually is one I actually do welcome a reboot of. I actually say, yes, I've been saying for years, please reboot this franchise. And that's Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
I know the last film not long kind of came out. Fuck it. They're so bad.
Extinction, was it?
No, there's been a couple more since then, I think. I don't know. I haven't watched all of them, but when I tried watching the new one, and they're so fucking bad. I hate the take they did on Resident Evil in these films. I fucking hate the take they
Even
took on them.
like the first one was.
Yeah.
It's just a shit show.
They're all shit. But this one is now, this to me sounds all right.
Mila Jovovich is going to be in it, or whatever.
No. It's a new adaptation of the popular video game series produced by horror master James Wan, who did Saw, Insidious, and The Conjuring.
I didn't like Insidious.
I don't even saw it.
It's just bollocks.
But at least it's going to be, from the sounds of it, horror-y.
Yeah.
Not an action film.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you want a bit of balance of both, because it is Resident Evil still, there is action, but you still want the horror. And I feel the new films completely lacked any horror element at all.
Okay. Yeah, I think no, you're right. It's definitely more of like an action. It's like what they did with Doom.
Oh, yeah, Ed's favourite film.
Ed's favourite film. I can't bring myself to watch it.
I saw it in the cinema.
You silly person.
I know, it was. With me and Pete went to go see it. It wasn't very good. Okay, so after this list, are there any movies that were on that list that you think should be rebooted? That you think if they're going to do it, why not do this?
I don't know, really. I think just take every film and put Nicolas Cage in it.
Similar to Resident Evil still being quite new, I think they should reboot Transformer movies.
But that's going to be
won't.
Like the third time. But
no, because the new ones aren't really reboots. They're still the same story. Just Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, but you change the characters. Right?
It's still the same Transformers. Like, it's still the same story. It's still got the same army guys in it. Like,
I think.
Reboot.
I mean, because the original like cartoon movie is too ridiculous to do live action.
Oh, they could. It's so good.
I think it's a bit too ridiculous.
Compared to the new films, it is probably way more grounded.
Yeah, no, fair play,
compared to the new films. And at least the new ones, just them in their own world being Transformers.
Yeah.
Not constantly making it about fucking humans are good, mankind has heart, when really we don't.
Yeah. But then you got to think about like, well, hang on, what do you need an 18-wheeler on Mars for? And a sports car.
Because they're
and a
fights.
Giant cassette player.
Yeah, well, he's got to play the tunes. He's got to play the tunes while they fight.
Ah, of course.
He's got to kick out, use the original soundtrack, I say, and redo it. That's what I'm saying. But that's on my list, I'd say, to reboot.
I don't know.
Also, I'm saying Jeepers Creepers. There is a third one coming. One coming.
We spoke in length about our issues with Jeepers Creepers last time, didn't we?
There's a third one coming, which I don't think is going to be quite well received because the directors had some controversy about being accused of, I don't want to say that fully known, but something to do with a young girl. He's in trouble about something.
Who's the guy?
I can't remember the director's name, but the director's in trouble for something, and they reckon it's...
it's not the guy that did The Usual Suspects, was it?
No, it's not him, no.
Okay.
And it's heavily affected like the film. But they're making a third one. I don't think they need to. The second one wasn't that great.
First one was annoying.
So... None of this, all this fucking hibernating and hunting in the spring.
I remember how this conversation started as well, because we were watching Drag Me to Hell and Justin Long's in that.
Yeah, it reminded me of Jeepers Creepers. It's like, fuck him being this crazy monster that hibernates, just thing. Make him a crazy, horrible fucking guy. Like the opening of the first 40 minutes of Jeepers Creepers is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Until as soon as that CGI wing flaps up after he gets run over, it's just like... Oh, and then it just gets ridiculous. And that crazy fucking psychic woman.
It's one of the most.
It wants your eyes. Oh, fuck off, crazy psychic. Why is there a psychic woman all the time?
Remember the song? Jeepers.
Why you got those eyes?
Creepers.
Those eyes.
Where'd you get them, baby?
Thomas. No, get out of here.
She is. She's the original Thomas. Like, she's the. I can't use the phrase.
So, Jeepers Creepers, I think, could be remade. Not as a monster movie, but still as this crazy fucking guy that throws people into his fucking pipe.
Because the thing is, if you reboot it, then they're just going to stick with the same story. What I'd like them to do is just go back and
fix the first one.
Fix the fucking first one. Because I don't think I've ever been so disappointed so quickly.
Yeah, when it starts off so good.
Halfway through a film.
The opening was so on that road and the car, the whole build up.
Jason X.
Oh yeah, we just talked about this before.
When he gets regenerated and becomes like super space Jason.
And the woman with the robot nipples fights him.
Oh, for fuck's sake! That film has such.
And he's like in love with his robot.
I'd actually, the thing is, they've already tried it. These fucking people can't do a horror reboot to save their life.
No.
I know, like the thing is though.
Although I did like Evil Dead, which I was annoyed when they announced they were making it, but
Evil Dead
really
was pretty
film.
decent actually, yeah, because it was all twitchy.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Like
yeah.
But maybe like a Jason reboot, but like I can't.
That's been scrapped recently. They were doing it. It got scrapped recently.
I kind of like the idea of like I don't know. I want the kind of sort of like Rob Zombie-esque in the first when he did like that, because that first Halloween remake is one of the best remakes in the last 15 whatever years. And then it just went to shit after that. I even saw his some of the films that he's done, which was what was it, like the Lords of Salem?
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
I didn't like the one we watched at Ed's, that 13 film.
Yeah,
that was fucking ridiculous. That was so fucking boring and shit. It looked like it was filmed on a phone in a fucking warehouse.
I like the idea of it, and it was very purgy in the sense of like it was the upper class like people like just like killing for fun. But and
I've also put Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, no, actually, no, good shout actually, yeah, because that's been a while.
Yeah, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I'd say, or Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. Why the fuck not?
But maybe like you could have it in the sense of like how they did Scott Pilgrim versus the World, in the sense of that kind of like there was, it was they almost turned it into a video game with like the getting a life and all this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Not as cheesy because I really dislike Scott Pilgrim.
I love that film.
I really dislike Michael Cera.
Loved it.
I just
love that film. The vegan bit's so fucking funny in it.
But like I don't know, like because like again, like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are super cheesy films.
I actually really like the Mortal Kombat film.
The first one.
The first one. I love it. Good soundtrack too.
Yeah, and it's when the fucking beast comes out.
I love how
with
Goro looks. Goro looks good in it. I think Goro looks fucking cool.
Johnny Cage, obviously.
Yeah. Who gets killed at the beginning of the second one, played by an actor. The second sequel's abysmal.
Yeah.
But the first one, they actually made these awesome internet mini movies of Mortal Kombat, and they were dark. They were grounded really realistically, but they were fucking awesome. And the way they did all the and they made like Reptile had that disease where your skin's like inside out, and he was like a cannibal. They made it,
yeah.
And it was amazing. And then eventually, like, right, they're actually making like an internet series off the back of these shorts, and I was like, yes, and they did, but they fucked it all up because they made it all fantasy. And
Scorpion looks sick.
They made it all fantasy.
Scorpion looked sick, dude. When he took his skin off and shit.
Oh, in the original film. Yeah, the original film. Yeah, fucking awesome. I love that whole fight scene with Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash with Johnny Cage in the woods. It's such a good fight scene.
He's an unlockable character.
Such a good fight scene between them two.
Yeah, no, that is good. But I think with Street Fighter, because it's such a ridiculous plot.
Yeah.
Like I would rather, because it's like, in the game you like learn about the characters and stuff, but you have to beat the game to fucking find out what their story is.
Yeah.
But then like maybe I don't know, just have it more of a format like the game.
Yeah.
But then like that doesn't really make a lot of sense because it was just like fighting around the world.
Whereas in the Mortal Kombat film, they actually were entering the tournament of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was the idea.
And Steven Spielberg has the cameo at the beginning, doesn't he? Where he's the director and then he turns into the baddie. Like,
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that was
a great film. I love it.
We should watch that again.
I would say that Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I think I've got it on DVD.
Mortal Kombat,
such a good fucking film. Anyway, people would disagree with me strongly whenever I say this, though. Oh, fucking Christopher Lambert as fucking Raiden.
Yeah.
It's terrible in the fucking sequel where they change the actor of Raiden and they're about to have a fight and he shows up with short hair and they're like, Raiden? And he's like, hi, I'm ready to fight. Like when you haircut? Oh, I see. The end of the world was here and you just nipped off to get a fucking haircut. And then came back and it was it was no irrelevance at all to the film.
Isn't there
It's like in the middle of Con Air, Nick Cage disappeared and came back with a fresh haircut and was like, got my haircut. It just seems so out left field.
You're like, that doesn't make sense.
I mean, the film was ridiculous anyway, so I shouldn't.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't put logic to Mortal Kombat 2.
Mm-hmm.
Movies I am looking forward to
this year.
That are coming out this year.
Oh, it's the summer season, isn't it?
Well, not even this year, but coming up soon. I've definitely got Star Wars Episode 8, where we have the actual return of Luke. So I'm looking forward to seeing Luke, because he was only in the end of the last Star Wars film and didn't have any lines.
No.
So I'm looking forward to actually seeing
Probably
him.
going to be the Yoda this time round, isn't he? Probably
Oh, of course,
die
yeah.
at the
He's
end of
gonna. He might die. I wouldn't be surprised if they did kill him off in this. And we know
Harrison-
Carrie Fisher's dead.
Yeah, Han Solo died. In the...
Yeah, Han Solo died. Yeah. So spoilers, but you've probably seen Star Wars by now if you're listening to this
you're
podcast.
listening. If you're not, just what are you doing?
Fuck off. So maybe not fuck off.
I haven't seen it, but I just let Facebook ruin stuff for me.
That's true. It ruined it for me. Star Wars Episode 8, I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Avengers Infinity Wars. This is the ultimate big Marvel wrap-up of everything. This is where it's all been heading, is to these final Avenger films. All the films so far have all just been leading to this.
So it's going to end after this?
In theory, it's going to end, but they'll probably do an alternative something. But I'm fairly sure all the
They'll probably
contracts...
just start remaking it.
I'm fairly sure all the contracts of the major characters are all up after this film. I don't think fucking Dow Jr.'s got much left in him to do it. I think he's kind of like, I'm done now. I know Chris Evans is like...
Yeah, I think it's... I mean, especially like Downey Jr., who...
Hemsworth's like, please don't end.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Ryan... what's his name? Ryan Renner? No, Jeremy Renner.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, please include me. No, it's... I don't know, man. It's just... It's the sort of thing, like, it must get pretty tedious. I mean, I'm sure it's fun to play, but then you're just like... Oh, I've done this 5 times now. It's a bit fucking boring. Like,
yeah.
And then you got to think about the press tour.
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
they get paid. I'm sure they get handsomely rewarded for their job.
I'm sure it's fun, and I'm sure catering's great. And like,
I mean, for the catering. But yeah, it's all heading towards this ultimate... You know, this is where Guardians of the Galaxy crosses into it. All of them join for this big, huge battle. Orgy.
What if it was just a big orgy?
That'd be amazing. Part 1's the actual fight, and at the part 2 of it, it's just them celebrating with a big orgy.
Yeah.
Just ramming Thor's hammer up fucking Hulk's ass.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
What if not? And the next one I'm looking forward to...
I haven't seen the previews.
I am also looking for, if it happens, you know, you never know in the world of fucking DC movies, but I'm hoping to look forward to. I'm looking forward to the Affleck standalone Batman film. I want to see just him as Batman in his own movie, not with everyone else, just
not
Batman.
with some shitty Superman.
Just Batman.
And definitely not with Zack Snyder directing.
No, I don't think because Zack Snyder's...
Ben Affleck will direct it.
Well, he was directing it, but he stepped down last minute. Now the guy that's directed the reboots of War of Planet of the Apes is directing the Batman film.
That one's coming out.
That looks great.
Yeah,
I
that
really
does look
enjoy the remake of Planet of the Apes. I think they're great. I think they're solid remakes. I really like them.
It's quite an interesting, because it's quite a big build up to, like, you know, it's 4 prequels basically. Isn't it? Like, it's impressive.
Oh, 3. The third film's this one.
Oh, I thought there was 3.
No,
already.
this is the third one that's coming out. The third and final one.
Fair enough.
I believe they could spin off, but they're what I'm looking for. There's so many fucking films coming out, but those ones are what I'm really looking forward to.
I'd like to see a Matrix reboot.
There has been talk of it, not a reboot, but a new Matrix film.
Just 2 and 3 though.
Yeah.
First one's gold. First one, don't touch it. The first one is absolutely perfect for setting a story.
Yeah, that is in the works though. I don't think it's going to be a reboot. I think it's going to be like a movie just off from it.
Oh god, it's going to be like Son of Neo or something, isn't it?
Maybe, who knows? Yeah, they're all dead. I don't think he even have a son.
Yeah, but you know, it's the internet or whatever.
Morpheus, the retirement years.
Yeah, Morpheus. My daughter's a porn star.
On the note of films we're looking forward to, we're going to throw it over to Wolf of Kingston, Jack Webber, to give us a quick overview of what he's most looking forward to coming out soon in the world of movies.
Yep.
Take it away, Jack Webber, Wolf of Kingston. Ooh.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome to the Open All Guys... Wait, no, that doesn't sound right, actually. Welcome to the All-Seeing Powers Pod... I don't know what to do now. Anyway, hey everyone. I hope you're all enjoying this weird crossover event those 4 scamps have devised. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm not actually Barry Allen or The Flash. Sometimes I just flash my arse at people just to see what their reactions are. Anyway, cheers to Sam and Gaz, Greg and Joe for this pod swap. I'm very excited to be on this. My name is Jack, and this is the Hot Desk. So, today I'm going to talk about some movies. I've narrowed down 3 movies which are coming out soon, which I'm really excited about. So first off, I just want to talk about the obvious, which is Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm I'm so fucking excited for this movie. Partly due to the fact that it happens to be coming out on the 7th of July, which is my birthday. So I'm going to go and watch it. And it'll probably be a pretty good birthday. Yeah, I really hope they nail it. I actually think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to be really good. But I think I can also speak for everyone when I say we don't want it to be too teenaged, angsty, you know, like an episode of Saved by the Bell. Like, as great as that show was, you know, we want to see a bit of kick-ass action in there. Anyway, yeah, I really digged what we've seen so far of Michael Keaton's Vulture. I love how the suit looks with the metal claws and the huge fucking wings. I'm a little bit annoyed that we don't know anything about the other character, Shocker. Like, we've seen a few clips and a little bit in the trailer, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm keen on that. But overall, like, the main villain's obviously going to be Vulture, and Vulture looks sick. Yeah, the next movie I want to talk about is probably got to be Justice League. I know they've been reshooting it because they obviously want to get it perfect and spot on, but I am really rooting for DC now. After their most recent success with Wonder Woman, it's going to be very interesting to see what she looks like in the movie, as well as seeing like all of them obviously fighting side by side. I actually had a conversation with Joe because I know Joe really digs Aquaman. I don't know if it's his very large beard or, you know, surfer dude ways, but, you know, I think Joe's really keen on seeing him in that. The Flash is probably one of my favourite out of all of them, to be fair. I fucking love The Flash, so I'm really excited to see how, like, Ezra Miller pulls off Barry Allen. The suit's really cool as well. Like, apparently, I'm not sure if this is true or whatnot, but apparently the Flash's new suit is made out of rocket parts, apparently, to obviously help him sort of stabilise how fast he's running. Very excited for Justice League. Finally, I got to mention Christopher Nolan's new movie, Dunkirk. And there was a handful of very quick trailer teasers, or teaser trailers, should I say, that were released, and they all basically add up to make one really suspenseful trailer. I really like how they did it. Classic Christopher Nolan. The movie's based around Allied forces from Belgium, Canada, Britain and France. And they're pretty much being surrounded and attacked from all angles by German soldiers during World War II. So yeah, I think this film is going to be fucking epic. Actors in it like Cillian Murphy, Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's in everything at the moment, but obviously he's a brilliant actor. Also, visually, you can tell it's a Christopher Nolan movie and it's going to look awesome. Obviously, the Dark Knight trilogy was incredible. So yeah, those are the three movies I'm really looking forward to the most. Obviously, there's Thor Ragnarok, which, you know, looks zazzy and funky and colourful and all that sort of stuff. But we're all just hoping it doesn't flop, really. I didn't really like the second one. Don't think a lot of people did. But be good to see him and Hulk fighting it out. Yeah, I've been Jack. This has been a pleasure. Goodbye from the hot desk, and back to the lads. Laters.
Now, I'm going to give a quick review of a film I want to talk about. A film that I've watched. I say recently.
God, it's not like you haven't talked about it.
I know, it's true. I've gone with a fave in my movie review here. I've gone for Short Circuit 2.
Didn't see that coming.
Warnings. There will be spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen this movie, then go watch it, and we'll wait here.
Yeah.
Some say he's nuts.
To the moon, Alice!
Some say he's bolts.
Muchas gracias.
But everyone agrees he's America's most electric leading man.
Mercy and home!
He's
The all-new Johnny 5. Just look at these items. Increased memory, 500 megabytes online. I come with a utility pack. Dozens of gadgets for outdoor living. Lots of green pea stickers and even my own Nike swoosh.
Now he's back and haywired for laughs in his newest motion picture adventure, Short Circuit 2.
Winners all the time. Keep your eye on the red card. Red card. Get away from me. Kid, you bother me.
So keep your eye on the current thing this December. Short Circuit 2. This December on video cassette.
I think it totally holds up. I love the robot. I think it looks great. Great puppetry, no CGI. It's all action, heart, romance, friendship, a dual high suspense, comedy, sadness, and a big chase scene at the end. It ticks all the boxes.
It does.
It ticks all the boxes.
God, I can't even think of the fucking word. What was I thinking? Revenge.
Deceit
was the one I was thinking.
Deceitful. Of course, this is a sequel,
defeated.
and it's very different to the first one. Do love the first one, but Short Circuit 2 really is its own standalone film.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
You know, Ben, who was a supporting role in the first one, he now carries a sequel. Pretty good as leading man and a leading Indian man.
He's not Indian.
Well, yeah, he wasn't Indian at all. I
questionable
didn't know that
description.
as a kid.
No, neither did I.
I didn't know that as a kid. It's
I tell you what, though, when I was a kid, I didn't think he was Indian. I didn't think he was Indian.
I just thought that was
I didn't think he was
Indian.
white. I just thought that was a foreign bloke.
I never even questioned it as a kid.
No.
But it was Fisher Stevens, some Hackers, Super Mario Brothers, and many films of that era. He was in Friends.
Yes, he was.
So it's amazing that he blacked out the painting. I watch it now, I'm just like, oh wow, that's cool.
That's more of a brown up, isn't it?
You couldn't get away with it now.
No, you couldn't.
You couldn't do that
No
now.
way.
Back then, it was probably the thing to do. Now, it's just that's probably why it doesn't get shown much on TV.
Him and Ben Kingsley are the only ones
It's
to get away
probably
with it.
why you don't see Short Circuit 2 on much nowadays.
You reckon the brown up?
Because
is,
the
an
brown up,
issue?
you couldn't put it on TV now, could you? I don't think
There's
you
like a whole TV
all the
about
first
the
ones,
black and
both
white
of them.
minstrels.
I don't
like-
think you can put it on anymore. But what I love about this film,
Do you reckon it's so dated that there's now like a generation of people who haven't seen it, and if they stumbled across it, they'll be like, "Well, that's fucking racist."
they talk about it a lot on that Master of None show. They do a whole episode about white people who blacked up or Indianed up to play actors, and they
Yeah.
talk a lot about Short Circuit in that.
I mean, it's pretty standout.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't incredibly necessary for him to be Indian.
No, it wasn't incredibly. No, it wasn't. And and he did it in two
Maybe
films.
He just came in and it was
It's
just
like-
like, oh yeah, I decided this guy's Indian, and they're like, interesting.
Makeup. It's like he was a side character in the first one, made Indian, but then
Yeah.
they were like, man, he's so good as Indian. Let's make him the leading character for the sequel.
It should have just been called Short Circuit 2. The science guy's fucking point of view.
We do see some character development all the way through this movie. Johnny Five finds new friends, new environments, learns harsh lessons, and
yes.
further cruelty of man.
Mm-hmm.
Our leading character, Benjamin, learns to live in a world out of his comfort zone from his cushy job at Nova. Now he barely gets by building Johnny Five toys and selling them on the street. That's where we find him. in Short
Oh,
Circuit
how
2.
the mighty have fallen.
Then we get Fred, the cunty salesman,
Oh,
flogging
he is,
dodgy
yeah.
watches and doesn't care for anyone but himself. Uses Benjamin to try and get his own money grabbing game, but also learns the value of friendship with Benjamin
Yeah.
and the fact that number 5 is alive.
Yeah,
I find
he
Benjamin.
definitely has a compassionate moment.
Yeah, when they bond over being trapped in a freezer in the back of a Chinese takeaway.
Yeah,
And the only way they can be found is by leaving messages on the love interest's phone, the love interest being Sandy, for Benjamin.
Yeah.
They leave messages on her phone via his calculator, hooked into a phone line
Well,
from the
it's-
freezer.
It's the 90s, mate.
And they can only make tunes like duh, 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 duh. And he makes tunes of songs that lead to directions to where they are. So Sandy's in the taxi with her tape from her phone machine in a ghetto blaster, and her and the cabbie are driving around, and she's playing it, and it's like dun 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 dun. And she said, "What is that?" And they're thinking, and she'd be like, 16 candle that way, and that's the road they drive down.
Fucking hell.
And that's how she finds and saves them by the tunes he leaves on her on her machine.
ridiculous.
It's cool though. As a kid, I thought it was the most amazing thing in the world. But I would never be able to find it. If you did that to me, I was nowhere to be able to find you.
No.
I'm like, I don't understand what these noises are.
That's like having a Nokia 3310 and trying to make your own ringtones.
Exactly like that,
Yeah.
yes. There's so many characters in this film because, of course, we have, as I mentioned earlier, Sandy, Ben's love interest, Oscar, the lying bank worker who is trying to steal the precious gems with his 2 psychics. Yet we have a lot of time with each character. Maybe not Sandy. We don't see too much about the woman, not her home life and what have you.
No, she's not.
She just
not-
works
she's
in the
like
shop.
She's a side.
She's about to lose her job unless she brings in a hit-winning toy to the shopping mall, and that's why she's tried to get Ben to make these mini Johnny Five toys for her after she sees them on the street.
Okay.
Because it's cool when it's futuristic.
And then the real Johnny Five turns up.
And then the real Johnny Five shows up to help build them. Yep.
Mass production.
Exactly. She needs 1,000. I think she wants to buy 1,000 off him. So, with all these different characters, we've still got a lot of time for each one. Maybe not Sandy, but 1988, it's a man's world. We're busy watching. We are watching a white actor in brown face. I mean, Jesus. Which from the era adds to its charm now, I'd say.
Yeah.
And today, that's a no-no. But with memorable scenes, Johnny Five getting smashed up.
Oh man, down the alleyway. Is it?
That
Oh,
stayed
that's
with
harsh.
me since childhood.
Yeah.
Stayed with me, man. No, Oscar, no. His eye gets smashed. He's like, kill it,
Oh, mate.
kill it. So sad, man. That's
They have to go and like rebuild him, but he's all like.
Well, that's it. They rebuild him in the Radio Shack, man.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
scene, man. And then, obviously at the end, where you do see him die, where his battery runs out, he's bleeding. His battery acid. He's bleeding.
Oh yeah.
And at the end, fucking Benjamin's got the old fucking clear.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "Come on, yard."
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator. Come on, yard. And he brings back Short Circuit.
There you go.
And then, of course, the ultimate happy ending here is when we see him all gold plated at the end,
Gold plated,
being accepted as an American citizen along with Ben,
and he
who has
jumps
earned
in
his
the air.
Yeah, and it freeze frames.
He jumps in
Johnny
the
5,
air.
how do you feel? I feel alive. And then roll credits.
So 80s.
It's a wonderful film. It hits so many notes with me. If you have never seen it, then don't go watch it. You'll hate me for it because it probably won't be what you think. If you like me, you have fonder memories of it, go watch it and you'll love it all over again.
Who watched it recently? And then
Sean watched it from Rotten Candy.
Rotten Candy.
And because I talked about it a lot, he started watching it and his missus came home and was like, why are you watching this? And he's like, oh, because Greg always talks about it, so I'm watching Short Circuit too. It doesn't hold up.
No.
I think it holds up.
I would say my...
So I'm giving it 10 out of 10, by the way. Fuck you if anyone tries to argue with me.
He does have counter arguments. No, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's up there with like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is definitely one of my all-time favourites.
Yeah. Surprised that's not been rebooted yet.
No, that's true. Very true. Yeah, actually,
It will.
Yeah, no, give it time.
It might have actually been on that list. I just didn't go all the way through because there's too many.
I thought that was a great concept, man.
Oh, it's a fantastic concept. The sets are amazing in Short Circuit in a fucking Back to the Future. I can't even say the film.
Them
Honey,
like
I Shot the
sliding
Kids.
down the blades of grass,
Yes,
and it was
amazing.
like
The Lego brick.
The Lego brick,
And then
like
another
the
another tearful moment, of course, when Auntie the Ant dies.
Auntie the Ant dies, yeah.
It's another
And
tearful
them
moment.
being like swept.
Yeah,
them
yeah.
being swept up and shit, man.
When
It
he's
was
in the
just so
cereal.
cool.
There's so many moments.
I think I was at that age where I was just like, and then after that, it was just go to school and just like, let's play Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, absolutely. I wish as a kid I'd managed to go into America and gone on like the 3D ride they had. I remember seeing an advert of the snake jumping out and being like, wow, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that pretty much brings us near the end.
That's it.
Do you have any recommendations for listeners, Joe? Anything they should listen to? Anything they should watch that you've watched or played? Anything recently you think you could shout out to recommend?
Red Dead Redemption 2's coming out
Fucking A.
this year. That's Rockstars who have done GTA and LA Noire and all the kind of sort of like big sort of walk around, big platform sort of stuff. Red Dead Redemption, when that came out, massively popular, really good, open span world.
Yep.
And now they're bringing out number 2. I haven't heard a lot about it, so I don't know who the characters are.
They're keeping it quite under wraps, aren't
but
they?
you can only assume that it's John Marston's son.
You just want to be riding around it, do they? You
That's
just want to be on a horse.
That's all I want to do. I just want to be on a horse and then like
wanna be a
having a bit of
cowboy.
a gunfight with someone.
That's all you want to do. I love the gunfight play on that. It's so good.
So good. That's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Strange enough, in my recommendations, I was also going to go with a game. I've been replaying the Uncharted games recently. Jack Wolf of Kingston lent me the PS4 collection with parts 1, 2, and 3 in them.
Oh, nice.
So I replayed. I hadn't never played the first 2. I'd only played 3 and 4.
Okay.
So I've gone back because of the remastered versions. They still look great. I played the first and second one. The second one is amazing.
Yeah, I did that with the Batman series.
Yeah.
Ed lent me the like Arkham Asylum and stuff. It's fucking amazing.
Great fucking games.
So much fun.
Now, I'm not always looking forward to movies of games, but obviously they have announced they're doing Uncharted with Tom Holland, the guy that's going to play Spider-Man from Kingston upon Thames.
Is he?
Yeah. Huh. He's playing Spider-Man now, but they're going to do it as like...
He's playing... Look what you can achieve.
Yeah. Hey, Kingston. In the third game, they show like a flashback of him meeting his mentor. Basically, that's what the film's going to be based on, this bit in the third game.
Oh, it's going to be so parkoury, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it will be. Hopefully it will be what Assassin's Creed didn't deliver anyone.
Yeah, no, fair.
I just want a fun action film.
That was a shit house, wasn't it?
I didn't even see it. I don't even tell. I turned it off.
Michael Fassbender.
I started watching Assassin's Creed thinking, we know it's going to be shit, but at least there'll be cool fighting stuff. I turned it off really early in the film.
Really?
Which is very rare for me to do that.
It's the sort of film, because I mean, although I do this with almost every film, these days. It's the sort of film that I saw the trailer for and I was just like, nope. Not even contemplating
Not even contemplating it.
Whereas there are occasionally films that I'll contemplate seeing and then I won't.
They get to stage 2.
Until someone shows me it.
Until you're busy. Even though I don't want to watch
Basically,
this.
I'd watch loads of film if someone would just do it for me.
So, everyone, thanks for listening. Please get yourself on redbubble.com, search Open All Powers Podcast, and get yourself a t-shirt or a coffee flask.
You never know, there might be a discount on the offer.
Yeah, it could be. Check it out. Check the codes. They usually run like 20% here and there. Get on there. If not, pick up our stickers. You get a bulk. You get a discount for buying a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Get on there.
Good old bulk, and then you can just run around your town slapping up stickers everywhere.
Joe, do you want to wrap us up with some social media?
Yeah, I think you should go and check out our Facebook, which is the Open All Powers podcast on Facebook. If you're really interested in our lives, you can also go on to our Instagrams. But we also have the Open All Powers Instagram on there as well, which is usually for release dates of shows. And we've also been doing a little bit of live streaming as well, when our little trips to the cinema and stuff.
That's the badger, yes.
Yeah, that is the one. Looking at you there, Greg, just to make sure I'm saying the right things.
Yeah, you are.
Obviously, as well, we've got the YouTube. We're doing the YouTube shows as well, but then it's also coming out. We're everywhere. Twitter,
hit us up. Yeah, thank you. And please feel free to rate and review us on iTunes or your social media app of choice. And shout outs to Podcast Mafia, Pod and Family, and the British pod scene.
Boom!
That's it. Take care, everyone. Thanks for listening. I, of course, have been Greg from Open All Powers.
And I've been Joe from Open All Powers. Holler at your
Thanks
fam.
for listening.